Photo! This is part 2 of Arrow Season 5, Episode 2, titled The Recruits. And if you're wondering, I'm looking at my notebook. It's like right here. It's like literally right there. But yes, I spent like a good majority of part 1 ranting my true, utter happiness that they included Ragman in this. And if you understand why, I just love Ragman. He's like one of my, like I said in the previous video toward the end, besides the entire Batman clan of Gotham, Ragman is by far my favorite Gotham hero. And not only that, he's one of my favorite magic-based heroes in the DC comics. So, besides Zatanna, I absolutely love Zatanna. Excuse me. Zatanna, Constantine, and Ragman were by far my 3 favorite magic users in the Justice League. And, well, Ragman wasn't in the Justice League, obviously, but they're my 3 favorite magic users in the DC universe. And to see Ragman finally making like a debut in some sort of media, because as far as I know, I've never seen Ragman in any video games. I've never even seen a nod to him in any video games, that's for sure. And I don't remember ever seeing him in any animation, like any shows or movies for that matter. That's why it's like, seeing him here just brings me joy. You know, when I see a character that I really love that hasn't really gotten his or her own media attention, like their own highlight in media, and seeing it. Hang on for a sec. Sorry, I'm also watching the show Tanked, and they made the coolest working pinball machine fish tank, and I thought that was like the coolest thing in the world. I'm like, I want one. I love pinballs, they're so cool. There was one particular pinball I remember in my childhood, but I don't remember what happened to it. Like, my mom got me this cute little, tiny little pinball thing. I remember it was like a bright orange color, but it was really cool because I took it everywhere in the house and I just played pinball with it. It was like, I think like this long and like this tall-ish, and you could like take out the stands in the back or like lean it up or down and like, or lay it flat and stuff like that. I love that part about it. I miss that. I'm sorry, I'm ranting, but I love watching Tanked. It's like one of my favorite shows. But anyway, what I thought was really cool was not only Green Arrow and Ragman actually teaming up, and we learned more about the background story between Ragman. The cool thing was the fact that Green Arrow manages to convince Ragman to put his vengeance aside because, you know, he wanted to get revenge on Amertech because it was their nuclear bombs that pretty much nuked Haven Rock, even though technically Felicity was the one that sent the Amertech nuclear missile to Haven Rock. But, you know, Green Arrow managed to convince him to, to put aside the vengeance and to join his team, which I thought was so cool, considering earlier in the episode, because of the intense training and the lack of trust, the other 3 members that were supposed to be on his team, Renee, Evelyn, and Curtis, they all quit because the training was too much and they just didn't trust him, especially since majority of the time he was in his mask, right? Of course, we all know Curtis knows who Green Arrow is, but the other 2 do not. And so, seeing the fact that Green Arrow managed to not only convince Ragman to put aside his vengeance, but to convince him to join the team, you know, when he lost 3 people, it was a pretty cool thing, you know, and it got even better when Oliver actually revealed his identity to Evelyn and Renee, mainly because he wanted to show a sign of trust, right? And it actually worked because all 3 of them agreed to rejoin the team. And it was pretty funny with Renee because he's like, he wasn't sure. He was doing that tough guy act and all that, which I thought was pretty funny. I was like, this guy, Renee, he's going to be a problem child. That wild dog right now. But I thought it was really funny during the episode because when they first did a job together, I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but they did manage to do a job together. There was moments where Renee was like, can we not call me Wild Dog, please? Even though technically that is his name in the comics, they kept calling him Wild Dog and he didn't like it. And they still do it again when they do this rejoining of the team, which is pretty cute. It's like, no, I don't want that. I don't want this name, man. It's like, oh, sorry, you're Wild Dog. And I was like, this is so cute. It was absolutely adorable. I thought it was funny. But Renee can be kind of raw, right? So I'm kind of worried about Renee, just saying, because he's kind of like a problem child on this team now. Now there's 4 of them, if you include Ragman, so it's like, he's gonna butt heads with somebody. If it's not Oliver, he's gonna butt heads with someone else on the team. Maybe he might even butt heads with Ragman because, Ragman has never met Evelyn, Curtis, or Renee, so there could be some butting heads and we won't even know, right? But anyway, there's also this moment where Thea finds out that Quentin Lance has been drinking from Oliver. She suspected it after, a couple of times talking to him, but it confirmed with Oliver. But, Thea decides to give, Quentin a chance. She's like, you know what? You needed something to help you to get off the bottle. I'm giving you something here and now. I'm appointing you as deputy mayor, so you better not screw up. Please stop drinking and all that stuff. She's pretty much giving him an opportunity to do something with his life so he could get away from the bottle, right? Which I think is a really good thing. Really good, smart move on Thea's point. But I'm just hoping that, that Quentin, doesn't screw this up. Because he already went back to the bottle. We don't know how long he's been in the bottle, you know what I mean? So it makes me kind of worried that as deputy mayor, will he live up to that title and stay away from the bottle? We don't know. But we do see something very interesting. Church, who did escape the attack with Ragman and Green Arrow, he ends up getting attacked by another archer. He thinks it's Green Arrow, but this archer says that the reason why this archer in particular attacked Church, right? Like, shot at him, and I think there were like a mini axe at him, I think. I'm not sure. But we find out the reason why this mysterious archer attacked Church is because Church was very close to killing Green Arrow. And apparently this mysterious archer did not like that. He said that this mysterious archer was like, you tried to kill Green Arrow. I don't like you. I want to be the one to personally kill Green Arrow. That's why I'm attacking you, because you almost killed him for me, right? And we find out in this little confrontation that this mysterious archer is calling himself Prometheus. And I knew that name was way too familiar to be a coinkydink, right? So I looked it up. And there are multiple people that went by the name Prometheus. The first Prometheus debuted in Blue Beetle number 3, which is in 1986. Huh? Wow. The second one debuted in the New Year's Evil Prometheus, which debuted in 1998. And the third and final version of Prometheus appears in Batman Gotham Knights in 2004. And apparently the second Prometheus was ranked by IGN as the in 2009, the second Prometheus was ranked as IGN's 80th greatest comic book villain of all time, which I thought was pretty freaking cool. He's affiliated with the Society and the Injustice Gang, and apparently one of his notable aliases is Shazam, which I think is kind of weird. But apparently, he has genius-level intellect, skilled armed and unarmed combat, and cybernetic implants. So apparently, the first Prometheus, his name is Kurt Calhoun or something like that, who's like a small-time criminal working for the supervillain Dr. Alchemy, which I thought was very interesting because Dr. Alchemy has made his appearance in The Flash already. If you remember episode 2 of The Flash, Dr. Alchemy did make an appearance. So the fact that we got a Prometheus in Arrow, and also the fact that the very first Prometheus, Kurt Calhoun, is a small-time criminal that actually worked for Dr. Alchemy. Is there a connection between the two? I'm just saying. Anyway, also, this first Prometheus has a very good connection to Ted Kord, aka Blue Beetle, and we've seen a lot of trucks and storage places and company logos of Kord Industries everywhere. So I always called that we would someday see Ted Kord in the Arrowverse. Could this be a possibility, especially since we have a Prometheus? I don't know. I don't know if this Prometheus is Kurt Calhoun, but the fact that not only is there a Prometheus and Arrow, but the fact that there is a Dr. Alchemy in the Flash, and we've seen a lot of Cord Industries all over the place, I think that this Prometheus is actually Kurt Calhoun because of it. But I don't know. I want to say it is only because of the whole Ted Cord and Dr. Alchemy connection. I think it's Kurt Calhoun. But anyway, going back to that, during the episode, we also see, like, Diggle, as you know, since he's rejoined the army, apparently he was doing a covert operation with a little team, and they ended up getting ambushed by his own superior, who was planning to sell a nuclear trigger and frame Diggle for it. And I thought that was pretty interesting, because a nuclear trigger, and considering we were dealing with Amertech earlier in this episode, makes me think that there might be a connection between, you know, this superior in the army, Diggle superior, and this nuclear trigger. I think it might be tagged into Amertech. What do you think? Because Damien Dark managed to get Amertech nuclear missiles in the last season. We find that out in this episode. And this superior of Diggle's is planning to sell a nuclear trigger. I think it's connected to in my honest opinion, I think this might be connected to Amertech. I think. But again, like I said, this Prometheus Archer, I think that this Prometheus Archer is most likely the very first Prometheus, which is Kurt Calhoun, only because Ted Cord and Cord Industries is mentioned everywhere in Arrow, and that the fact that Kurt Calhoun in the comics was working for the supervillain Dr. Alchemy, and Alchemy has already been mentioned in the Flash. So hopefully I'm right about this, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think it's the first Prometheus, Kurt Calhoun? Or could it be the second Prometheus, who actually has no name at all? The only alias it has is named Retro. And then the third Prometheus is an imposter Prometheus, who apparently, I don't know, but in all honesty, I think it might be Kurt Calhoun. Hang on. Sorry, I thought I heard something, but what do you guys think? Because in my honest opinion, knowing the comics, the Ted Cord and Cord Industries tie-in, and the Dr. Alchemy and the Flash, I think that this Prometheus Archer that we're seeing is in fact Kurt Calhoun. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video, which is most likely going to be Legends of Tomorrow. Where is it? Legends of Tomorrow, Season 2, Episode 1, which premiered last night, which is titled Out of Time. I have to watch the first 30 minutes because I missed the first 30 minutes by accident. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Hopefully I'll watch this episode of Legends and make the video or videos. So I'll see you guys soon.